We are on a Huaka'i to Puako, the Kāheka of Puako, or tide pools. I like to go when the tide is at a negative. That means the water line is below the rocks. Always go with a grown-up and keep your eyes on the ocean at all times. This is when the tide is high, when the water line is above the rocks. Wear reef shoes. It keeps your feet safe from sharp rocks or even slipping on seaweed-covered rocks. Let's see what we have here today. This is a pe'a. This is a brittle star. All pe'a have 5 arms. And what's cool about the pe'a, it could lose an arm, but also regrow it. Now I'm holding the pe'a because I know it's harmless, I know it's safe. Here's a pipipi. Pipipi are small snails that cling onto the rocks eating limu or seaweed. And inaula. This is a sea urchin that uses his niho or his teeth to eat limu and also make holes in rocks and coral. More pe'a, even under these rocks. Here's something different. That looks like a sea star. It's gray with red spots. It is missing an arm. I wonder if it's alive. Oh, it is alive. Indeed, it's hanging on pretty tightly. We better put him back where he's safe. Oh, and a baby a'ama crab. I barely saw him there hiding out in the rocks. Here's a loli, or a speckled sea cucumber. The loli, under its opu or belly, has tiny little feet that help him walk across the rocks, finding seaweed or limu, and he eats that with his niho here. Now, in order for a loli to get oxygen from water, it sucks in the water with a muscle in his body, and when he no longer needs the water, he shoots it back out. Loli is also safe to handle. So that's why I'm touching him, and I'm going to put him back where he belongs. Here's another loli. This is the leopard loli. Now he feels threatened or scared, so he's shooting out a very sticky substance. That's what he uses to protect himself, just in case a predator wants to eat him. Here's a vana. I'm looking but not touching. I've been poked with the spines of a vana, and they do have venom in it. It's very annoying. So here is something that I can handle. This is the Hawa'i maoli. This is a collector urchin. Now, just like his name applies, he collects things, debris from the ocean floor, rocks, even a stick, broken shells, and limu, and he uses this as camouflage. Now, under the Hawa'i are tiny little legs, even a mouth. This is how he walks across the ocean floor, collecting food. It's always good to malama the things that you find. Look at this pe'a. His legs are so long. I wonder how long his legs are. A hermit crab. Is anyone home? Oh, there is someone home. I see the claw there. Hermit crabs like to switch out shells when they outgrow it. So when he is no longer able to fit his shell, he'll leave it for somebody else. More ina and pe'a. Even inside of this hole here, you could see. I wonder if that hole was made by the inaula. Let's move these rocks and see what we have under here. Hermit crabs of many shapes and colors and in different shells. Now when they outgrow their shell, they'll leave it behind for another crab to use, and they'll find themselves a bigger shell. Let's put them back. They're really cool. Another one of my favorite animals or creatures. This is the Huaka'i or sea hare. It's a sea slug. It has no shell, so we have to be very delicate and show it aloha. Pretty cool. Let's put him back where he's safe. Oh, and here's a school of baby manini and mamo. I can tell by the stripes. Oh, this is a cool shell. This is a lehokupa. One of my favorite shells. It looks like there is something living in there. And here's a papa'i, a pebble crab. Look at that there, that's pretty interesting. There's all kinds of sea life under here. I see pe'a, I see loli, and this loli here feels threatened. You can tell by him shooting out that sticky substance that's supposed to protect him. But I'm looking at this thing here on the top of the rock. I don't know what it is, so I'm not going to touch it. It could be poisonous. It might be some kind of sea anemone, I'm not sure, but look at that, so interesting. We even have another lehokupa in this hole here in the rock. It's amazing what you can find by moving rocks around and lifting it up. But I always remember to place the rock back exactly where I found it, turning it over so that whatever is living underneath can be safe. Here's another cool shell. I don't know the name exactly, but I know it is harmless. He is alive because I do see him moving and I see that foot there. Auku'u, and auku'u visiting the Kāheka. Even birds come here to eat. Awesome to see an auku'u. That means the Kāheka is healthy. Ahui ho auku'u, and mahalo Kāheka.